Just about a week ago, DeepSeek R1 went through a minor version upgrade, and they're claiming with this current version being DeepSeek R1 0528, in the latest update, R1 has significantly improved its depth of reasoning and inference capabilities by leveraging increased computational resources. So here's the conclusion: its overall performance is now approaching that of leading models such as O3 and Gemini 2.5 Pro, which is shocking because DeepSeek R1 is an open source weight, which means you don't have to pay them anything to use their model. Whereas these closed source models like O3 and Gemini 2.5 Pro are relatively expensive and they don't have their weights in public. So here you can see the benchmarks. So if I zoom in a bit, you can see that this light blue used to be DeepSeek R1. But after the update, now DeepSeek R1 has jumped to a higher point with this striped dark blue right here. And you can see it's closely comparing with O3 Mini and Gemini 2.5 Pro, the latest update. Even in the AME 2025, you can see that it's outperforming Gemini 2.5 Pro and is relatively close to O3. And to be honest, after this update, the distance between closed source and open source models is comparatively very short now. And at Hugging Face, you can see all of their weights. You can go ahead and grab them and note that this is going to be a 685 billion parameters model, which is really huge. But quite frankly, these are just their own claims. And as always, I want to test this out and check out the results myself. So let's get started with the test for this upgrade. So I'm just going to go to chat.deepseek.com and let me zoom in a bit. So let's get started with the video. Hi and welcome back to SkillCurb. This is your host Reyes and we're finally going to get started with the testing. And to compare it with Gemini 2.5 Pro, I'm going to go ahead with the same prompts that I used for the Gemini 2.5 Pro update video. And let's get started with the test. So the first prompt is going to be a Doodle App. Let's just copy this prompt. I want to compare this with Gemini 2.5 Pro because Gemini 2.5 Pro with its latest update is one of the best coding models out there. So make sure you enable R1 and let's get started with this. So there you go, thought for 7 seconds. It's going to have an HTML structure, CSS and some JavaScript. And here's the code. I think it's still writing the code here. So let's wait for it to complete. And now that the code is also complete, let's go ahead and run this. So we can check out the results directly here in the browser, which is really great. So we have different colors here. We have the clear canvas and save drawing. We can change the size of the brush using these buttons over here. So let's say I want to write something like this. Cool. I think this is really good. Let me do something else. Okay, I can go ahead and clear the canvas. So there you go. And I can even go ahead and save the drawing if I want to. Pretty good. So I think this is on par with what I did on Gemini 2.5 Pro. And you can see the results on your screen as well. It has something similar to this one, but I think this one looks more cleaner or modern, but the functionality is there for both of these. So let's go ahead with the next test. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up a new chat here. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this app design mockup. So this is going to be a mockup for an app for SkillCurb.com. So let's just copy this up right here. Let's paste this and make sure that you have R1 enabled. Let's go and hit enter and check out the results. So there you go. It did a 41 seconds of thought process and it's going to build up the structure again. It's going to have a home screen and it's going to have 4 different tabs. And we're going to have some primary blue color. That's the theme behind SkillCurb. So let's go ahead and check out the results. So we have the code ready for us and we can go ahead and run this to check out whether it's working or not. But sadly, as it is a React.js code, we cannot actually run this on the web. So we have to download the file and then we can run this locally. So there you go. These are the results for my SkillCurb app. And you can see we have the AI tools section, AI agents and AI courses. Although the design is not more like a mobile app, and also we can see the one that we created using Gemini 2.5 Pro on your screen. And I think both of them are close and I cannot choose a winner here, but now for the next test, we're going to test out the audio scribe and summarizer. So this is going to be like a web app where you can actually record yourself and get a summary of it as well as a transcription. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy the prompt. The prompt is going to be quite lengthy here. Let's go ahead and copy that. There you go. Let's go and paste that inside our DeepSeek. And as always, make sure your DeepSeek R1 is enabled. Let's go and hit enter and wait for the results. So there you go, the results are out and you can see that it did a 9 seconds of thought processing. And after that, we have this huge code. You can see how huge this code is. Now let's go ahead and actually try to run this. Alright, so due to some issues with the server IP address, we cannot actually see the results inside DeepSeek, but what we can do is we can run this locally, and I did that. So I went on and actually downloaded this file and opened it up using my browser, and you can see it's inside the downloads, DeepSeek HTML, and this looks really amazing. I think the colors are too bright, but still this looks good. So we have the transcription and summary. So this is the raw transcription and this is the AI summary, and we can go ahead and record, pause or stop, and this is the clock here. We can download the audio and clear the results. So let's actually go ahead and try to record something. Hey there, as you can see, we built this amazing audio transcriber and summarizer using the new DeepSeek R1 upgrade. I want to test this out, so let's check out the results. And there you go. I stopped the recording. It's a 13-second long recording. The processing is complete, and I can even go ahead and start a new recording, but you can see the raw transcription here. So this is more like a placeholder, I would say. So this means that it does not have the functionality yet, as well as the AI summary is not actually there. But when I did this using Gemini 2.5 Pro, it was actually working. The functionality was there, and you can see that on your screen as well. So I would say that it's halfway there. On the design part, it's really great, but when it comes to functionality, Gemini 2.5 actually wins. So let's actually go ahead and try to download this audio. And there you go, the audio is downloaded. Hey there, as you can see, we built this amazing audio transcriber and summarizer using the new DeepSeek R1 upgrade. So you can see that it's actually working. The audio is being recorded and you can go ahead and download the audio file. But the actual problem is the raw transcription and the AI summary. So we can work on that and actually turn this into a really great web app. But with that said, let's move to the next test and the final test. This really complex test here, which is creating a Rubik's Cube simulator. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy everything. It's going to be a really long prompt and paste this inside DeepSeek, create a new chat. Let's go and paste this. Make sure you have R1 enabled and hit enter. Now, this is something that I'm really looking forward to because I have tried this same prompt with Gemini 2.0 Flash and all the closed source and open source models out there, but it only worked with Gemini 2.5 Pro, their latest update. So let's see whether DeepSeek can actually pull this off, because I'm really excited about this. There you go, we have the results out and I'm really looking forward to these results. So let's go ahead and run this and check out the results. So we have this really cool interface. We have the start and stop and reset. We have some rotation controls here. So the cube is here, but we do not have any colors to it. And I think this is not actually a cube. This is more like a rectangular cube, but let's try to do the physics here. Let's try and do the rotation. So the rotations are not working either. And I think this one is a complete fail because as you can see on your screen, this was the results that we got from Gemini 2.5 Pro and they were completely stunning. We had options like auto solve and the colors and physics is on spot, which is really mind blowing. And sadly, I would say DeepSeek R1 with this update is still not capable to outdone Gemini with complex projects like this one. And with that said, I want to conclude this testing. I would say that R1 is relatively close to these closed source models like Gemini 2.5 Pro or OpenAI's O3, but it is not on par with them yet. They have a long way to go, but still I would highly recommend you guys to test this out because this is completely free, and if you want to use their models for your own projects, you can go ahead and put them up on your Docker containers and use them yourself, which is the best part about DeepSeek because it is completely free. So with that said, I want to wrap this video up. I hope this video was helpful. If you found this video insightful, hit the like button, share your thoughts or experiences in the comment below. Ring the notification bell to never miss out on our daily updates. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay curious and keep exploring.